What's going on, everybody? Bulldog Gaming here. Welcome back to the channel. Well, it's been a very eventful or uneventful, depending on how you want to look at it, the last couple days. So I sat, parked Sunday in Stratford, Missouri, and well, it shut down in Stratford, Missouri. And did my walk around and found a flat tire. Now we have air assist direct to our tires to where they maintain proper inflation. Now this goes back to a previous video that I did talking about proper pre-trips. So proper pre-trips, proper post-trips. So, did my post-trip, which go around, recheck all my tires, recheck all my lights, make sure one didn't burn out. And while I was in transit from receiver to where I parked Sunday, and I just happened to notice that I had a low tire. Now, when I did my pre-trip on the trailer, because I'd already done a pre-trip on the truck down in Oklahoma City. When I did a pre-trip on the trailer, tires were fine. They were all aired up. They were properly inflated. The little tattletale light wasn't on, so nothing was wrong with the system. Tires, obviously, are what helped me my paycheck. One tire goes down, that will take anywhere from 30 minutes to a couple hours out of my day. But luckily, Memorial Day weekend, I didn't have to go anywhere really too quickly because I couldn't wake up till today up at Lebanon. So, got up yesterday morning, called in to my weekend dispatch because nobody was around the shop, nobody was around regular dispatch, nobody was around breakdown. So I called in my weekend dispatch. Weekend dispatch basically wanted to have an argument with me, trying to say, am I sure? Am I 100%? Did I do this? Did I do that? Been around longer than most drivers that weekend dispatch has to do it. I don't ever call in. And like I told her, and I told her husband, which happens to be the co-owner and CEO of the company I drive for, I told them that I don't ever call in unless there's an issue. And it has to be an issue that I can't fix because I am very mechanically inclined and I used to work on these things day in, day out for a couple years. But I made my living changing tires on the side of the road because I could write my own paycheck basically on those. So, had the conversation. Went in, checked in with the truck service truck trailer tire service that I was going to have to do the work because I was already there. I stayed the night there. Checked in, got everything, squared away. They were like, pull into bay, blah, blah, blah. Pulled into bay, blah, blah, blah. Thinking, okay, it would just be a simple repair. No. What I didn't see when I was doing my pre-trip on the trailer, or even when I did my post-trip on the trailer, was a very, very flat spot showing cord. The reason why I didn't see it was sitting on the ground. And you don't see these things unless you move your vehicle around a little bit to where you can actually look at the whole tire. I personally don't do that. I know some drivers that have. They just move them enough to where they can see, what's going on with the whole tire. Should have done this. I could have, saved myself quite a bit of an argument, but none the other. Wound up getting the tire replaced. As you can tell, I'm traveling towards Norman, traveling where I'm making my delivery, but en route, I have to drop off this tire, the bad tire. I had the tire completely replaced because it was within scope of needing to be replaced anyways. I actually have 9 other tires that need to be replaced on the trailer, but not at this time. They're right close to the threshold. So what I'm getting at is when you're doing your pre-trip, post-trip, if like me, where I looked to several different trailers in a 24-hour period, I need to know, everything about that trailer. So I get hands-on, I go walk around, I check the lights, I look at the interior, I look at the exterior, I look at the tires, I look at the brakes. I do know one trailer that I was dragging had some ABS issues, and I got a hold of my dispatcher and let her know because she needed to know to let the local guy know to take it to the trailer shop to have it work. So I communicate when I find issues. And when time allows, if I can take that trailer and go get the work done myself, or go drop it off to have the work done myself, I get it done. That's part of driving a truck, commercial vehicle, is you don't let somebody else do the work that you can do yourself. But on this dedicated, where I drop the trailer, let them know, hey, when this trailer becomes empty, before it can go out, take it by, have the brake system looked at. That way, if it winds back up in the rotation, I don't have to worry about it on my tight schedule. They said, cool. They sent out a tech from a terminal in Stroud to look at the trailer. Well, come to find out, somebody had caged the brake, actually caged the whole axle. Caging means disengaging the brake to where it free rolls no matter what. They actually caged the whole axle, which is very unsafe. And then they snapped the bolt off to where it looked like it was just normal. That's stupid. Whoever did that was stupid. It's very unsafe because it causes me a lot of problems, especially having to go through scale. The only scale that I have to cross is in Joplin, Missouri, here on I-44. And it can cost me a lot of money. It'll cost the company a lot of money, but it'll cost me a lot of money because I'm stuck with the fine, not the company. I'm stuck with the fine. I don't want that. That's why I have constantly, I'm going over my truck, going over my trailer, making sure that it's in proper working order. So for those that, I'm just going to put myself on a pre-trip, do my time on the pre-trip, and play a video game on my phone, look at Facebook, look at social media, whatever. Watch my entertainment that I normally do in my 10 to 15 minute pre-trip, post-trip. That's not good. Get out of your truck when you stop your truck. Do a walk around. When you're fueling your truck, do a walk around. Yes, you have to wash your windows. You have to clean your windows. You have to, make sure that you're safe to see out of your windows. It doesn't take that long. Walk around, look at your trailer, look at your truck, look at your tires, look at, you can look at your brakes. I've done it. I know it can be done. Make sure everything is in proper working condition. It'll save you money in the long run. And in the long run, it'll put money back in your pocket. Because some companies, when you put forth the effort to report problems with trailers, problems with your truck. They start noticing, hey, he's taking care of his equipment. He's taking care of our equipment. So throw a little bit more coin towards him. And then, down the road, throw him a bonus, bonus, whatever you want to call it, and let him know that we appreciate that he's taking care of our stuff. Because not only is he making money for the company, he's making money for himself, and that's the way I look at it. And that's the way a lot of people should look at it. Don't be one of those that's like, oh, well, I can leave it for somebody else to take care of. No, don't do that. Take care of it yourself. Or follow the chain of command and let them know that there's a problem, an issue with said equipment. That way it can be taken care of. Especially if you run a tight schedule, like I said, like I do. I'm a 14-hour-a-day person, so there's 10 hours in the day that are mine, and it's usually back there in the sleeper, sleeping. So, yeah, it's quite interesting, to say the least. But I still get out in the mornings. I do a pre-trip. I do a fully walk around on my truck and trailer while I'm at the shipper, because that's usually where I'm at. I do a full walk around before I even drop the trailer, see if there's any defects or anything that's going to cause an issue for the next person that hasn't hooked that trailer. Or if it so happens to be that I'm the next person that's going to hook to that trailer again, I know what's up with the trailer, so when I'm in around going back up to Lebanon to get the next load, I can stop and have it done while I'm on my 10-hour break. Extends my 10-hour break, but I can still get it done. I can get things taken care of. If I'm on my way home, hey, I got time. Family needs to know that I have to take care of stuff, so I let them know. I communicate. Communication is key to keeping going. So it's one of those situations where if you don't do it, it's going to cost you. It's going to come around and it's going to bite you in the butt. Trust me, had it happened in the past, because I took the lazy way out and knew there was an issue, didn't communicate that there was an issue, and this was a couple of companies ago. In fact, it was actually in Friday. Took the lazy way out, left it for somebody else to worry about, because I wanted to go over to the truck stop, take my shower, get some food, and relax. I didn't want to spend half an hour, 45 minutes. Wow, that's a lot more. Half an hour, 45 minutes dealing with an issue on a trailer. I wanted to go do my thing, my time, take care of me. Well, it cost me in the end, because I ended up getting the trailer that I dropped off as the trailer, or for the trailer for the load that I was picking up from where I dropped it at. So I ended up spending longer, because there was more issues thanks to the people that where it was being loaded, dragging it around, because they don't care. They're just there to put it in the door, take it back, put it back, and let us deal with whatever. So it ended up costing me more time, downtime, than it should have. Well, they retraced that, hey, didn't you have that trailer before you dropped it off? Oh, yeah, I had it before I dropped it off. We didn't notice any issues. I played dumb. I didn't see anything when I didn't look around. Well, it cost me a couple $100 because I didn't get a safety bonus that month, because they do monthly instead of quarterly. It cost me the safety bonus because of that issue. So from then on, I didn't take the lazy way out. I took time to take care of my equipment, and then made sure the equipment was okay before I dropped the tanks off. Made sure the reefer was running. Made sure I went through the whole shebang before I dropped off the trailer. Now, mind you, I've picked up a trailer from when I was driving for Fry Miller from the terminal in the ready line. Hooked up to it, did a walk around, found things that they had missed during their in-depth inspection. So I ended up having to go put it in the trailer bay, have it taken care of before I could leave. And that costs the company. That costs the company a really good paying load, not only for myself, but also for the company. So, but in the long run, I ended up getting a better reputation with the company as somebody that takes care of equipment. And for my one foul, I made up by hitting a home run by catching something that their own mechanics missed. So it boils down to common sense, communication, and not being lazy. Being proactive. Because the more proactive you are about taking care of your equipment, the better the longevity you are within the company. They look at this and they go, okay, he's taking care of the equipment, he's making sure it's getting, he pesters his driver, manager, dispatcher to get him in, to get him, his services as they're needed. Like, my driver manager knows that I have to go into the Tulsa shop and have work done to this truck. And I told him as soon as I'm done running these back-to-backs, I need to stop in Tulsa. I'll stop in Tulsa. I'll have said repairs done, and probably go ahead and do an early B service, or they call it B service. I call it preventive maintenance, which is oil change, lube, do a tire rotation, things of that nature. And that's what companies look at. Am I willing to take time out of and lose money by sitting for a day? Yes. Because I know at the end of the day, if it's done properly and done correctly, I can make up the lost revenue by knowing that I'm not going to have a breakdown. And I always call it revenue because even though I'm not an owner-operator, everything is revenue. It's money that's brought in to pay my bills, pay my household expenses, pay my expenses out here on the road, and take care of my family. So I make revenue. The company makes revenue. It's a win-win situation. A couple other things that I've been trying to touch base on, and I really want to get into this aspect because, like I mentioned, during your pre and post trip, you always want to make sure your lights are working properly. And if there's an issue, get it taken care of. Well, I want to get into talking about lighting, the difference of the pros and cons, and what my honest opinion is about what kind of lighting you need to have when you're out here on the road. So, my next ramblings, I will start talking about lighting. And like I said on Sunday's video, the next hour dash cam review, 30-day review is done. And I really didn't get a lot of input to you guys, but I got a lot of input to Nexar, the manufacturer of the cam, the dash cam. So I did get a lot. I didn't go into extents of this, that, or whatever on it. I gave them the hard facts that, I experienced with it and let it play out. What kind of star rating did I give it? I gave it a 4.5. Why? And this is the reason why. I got a 4.5 star rating on it because of some of the intrusiveness that the app has. So I give it a 4.5 because it should not be that intrusive into my phone. It doesn't need to know who I'm calling or why, length of call or any of that. So that's continued use. It will always be in my truck with me because, like I told you all in the beginning, in the long run, it will save me money, and it will cover my butt in the instance that something should happen. I'm going to own up to the fact if I did something stupid, but if somebody else does something, I have video proof of that something happening. So, look forward to an upcoming video series about lighting, why certain lights should be used on commercial vehicles, why certain lights shouldn't be used on commercial vehicles, and so on and so forth. And yes, I'm going to do some recordings from inside one of my favorite truck stops, where I talk to management and tell them, hey, I'm doing this, and we can talk about it. So that is something to look forward to. So I look forward to seeing you all on the next Ramblings from the Truck. I want to welcome all new subscribers. If you are new to the channel, this is the first video you've seen from the channel, and you want to see more, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification, get all the notifications. That way you can see when I'm getting these videos put out or when I'm putting out other content. If you like what you see, hit that like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. I know YouTube has changed up a few things, so if you're on the mobile app, it does take a minute to get to the comment section. I'm finding this out by putting comments on some other YouTubers' videos here recently that, they've gone stupid. And I do want to touch one more base about branding. Have not heard back from the U.S. government on copyright, U.S. copyright, whatever you want to call them. Have not heard back from them yet to get the paperwork started on that. Once I get the paperwork started on that, because I've already emailed them. I did the initial email, and as soon as I get the second email back, I should be able to have my copyright and get all my stuff copyrighted before YouTube does something stupid. And I have a feeling it is coming. That's my honest opinion, but I have a feeling it's coming. I've sent messages to some other YouTubers that I talk to occasionally and let them know my feelings and see what their feelings were. So, okay, I've rambled enough. Y'all safe travels, and we will catch you on the flip. Catch you next time, guys.